Okay, Saturday morning in the kingdom, and I pumped water up to the house for its bath and treat night in the kingdom. Saturday night, bath and treat. Yes, I'm having a Mars bar. Okay, this morning we woke up to minus 24, but feels like minus 35. Can you see it, Les Nessman? Yes, on the yo-yo scale, lame ass minus 11 Fahrenheit. But on the yo-yo scale, minus 31, that's a lot better. Okay, Amazon has my 13th book of my writing career. I didn't want to write it, but that's the way the templates worked out. So it ended up being the third book in my Winter Road series. Yes, the White Suburban. Yes, I tell about how ladies take my White Suburban and how they were used up on the Winter Road until they were gone. And then I was back to driving the head hanger. Yes, the head hanger, the 86 Dodge. And it's a free as an ebook on Amazon from March 2nd to the 6th. So that's 5 days on Amazon, 4 days on Sesame Street. Oh, I have to stay focused. And also too, poor Johnny. Yes, with that minus 40 cold weather and everything, bunched everything up, and then the gods gave us all that snow. So that screwed him up even more. So he was delayed in his deliveries. And of course, he's a company man, so he didn't go home at 5 o'clock on Friday. He's working today to deliver the freight so the people of Grief Rapids and WHO-ville can get their products. Yes, he's a company man, and we call him Johnny G, because Johnny doesn't want us to use his real name, because he's in fear of fame. Yes, he's married with grandchildren. He doesn't want to become famous. I don't know if it's the witness protection plan or anything like that, like me, but we call him Johnny G. Johnny G. Gardwine, because he works for Gardwine. So that's how the G comes about. So that's a code word, okay? Johnny G. All right, let's see if we can back up out of the hose shack here. It is bright, sunny, and cold. That feels a lot colder. But yesterday we got lots done. Yes. Oh, that wind is chilly. That sun is coming up. And for the Swedish kid, here we go. We had coals in the wood stove because we put that fresh killed trees in there. Yes, fresh killed. So they burn slowly with the, how would you say, lumber regiments or remains. Yes, recycle, reuse, repurpose, even if it has to be a fresh killed tree. Oh, the things we do for that Swedish kid. All right, so we're not sure what we're doing today. It's Saturday. The staff is off. She's going to buy some groceries. I think we're going to have to drag the yard because it's too rough and uneven for an old guy like me, especially with my wheelbarrow full of ash. All right, let's get to work. The boss is coming. Okay, just about lunchtime in the kingdom, and we got the workbench cleaned off, and we did mark on this pump here. Okay, so it's marked as the communist cat, and it runs funny when cold, but when it warms up, it's okay. And the dead giveaway, this has not been touched because it still has the factory seal or the injection pump repair shop seal. So that means nobody's been in there, not even me when I'm drunk. Okay. But also too, at my age, I'm having to mark everything. In the past, I could go to the parts shed, grab the pieces, knowing that the TD6s are shorter than the TD9s, but I have to mark on everything. Also too, you have to keep the bolts for the pump to the pump, okay? So the pump went on the communist cat yesterday. It had the bolts for that pump. So these pump bolts here stay with this pump because it gets confusing, like Father's Day here in WHO-ville. All right, let's go this way. We should be working on the truck, but the boss is an asshole and dumps more projects on us. But that's okay. We're going to get caught up and we can have a, how would you say, a snow day or a nasty day. Oh, we just about walked by the promo bike with the little flag of exercise. All right. I should get the iron out and smooth him out. He's a little wrinkly, kind of like me when I get out of the bathtub. All right. So the plywood's been in the shop for 1 week and we finally touched it. We nipped it into panels for the other cats, like the big cats that we don't have enough canvas. So that'll be the rider operators, side panels to keep the rider warm. Okay. So over here, we got the wood stove going. We got the pallets. It's a nice burn today. And we got the fresh killed trees down there. We got to keep them cold so they're fresh for in the wood stove to slow the fires. All right. So it made a list here. Okay. So it's still warming up in here. So this is the list of material we have to go find after lunch, okay? We got some cats plugged in. We're going to have to pull the drag. But first we have to find the materials for this, so that material comes into the shop and is warm for when we go to work on it.
Saturday morning in WHO-ville, and it's just after 9 a.m. and as you can see, there's not a cloud in the sky right now. It is kind of chilly out this morning, but not as bad as yesterday. It didn't snow very much either because my railing has nothing on it. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, and make breakfast. Almost 11 a.m. and I just got the skidoo and toboggan out. Now I can head inside and grab all the water jugs and the list and go up shopping. 11:30 and I just finished shopping for 3 bags and 4 water jugs. It was $194. As you can see in the background, I got some more romaine lettuce because it was on sale for $5. Then in this bag here, we have a bunch of Valentine's Day muffins and donuts and cookies and stuff that were all extra cheap. So I figured I'd buy some, and whatever we don't eat, the dogs will. Now it's time to head on over to the kingdom and drop everything off. Almost 12 o'clock and I'm just finishing up in the kingdom. Now I'll head on back into WHO-ville and put the toboggan away. Then I can make a quick lunch and come back here because I think we're going to do some dragging with the famous black cat here or something else. I'm not 100% sure, but I guess I'll find out when I come back at 1. 12 o'clock and I just made it back from the kingdom. I already put the toboggan away. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make lunch, and then get ready to go back at 1 p.m. 1 o'clock and I just finished up lunch. I had craft dinner since it was easy and quick. Now it's time to get the skidoo going and head on over to the kingdom to see what we're doing this afternoon. Over by the chain drag, waiting for my dad to bring the famous black cat over. He'll go down to the front gate and around that way, and then I'll walk over and get a couple videos. We are also trying to get rid of the ridge that the double Z drag left behind because that's not fun to walk on. Plus, if you're driving on it with the cat trying to drag and do other stuff, it's very uneven. As you can see, the little chain drag isn't getting rid of the ridge or doing much of a dragging job, so I think we're going to have to get the big chain drag out. So my dad's going to go around the front gate here, and then I think he'll come up in here and park the chain drag. Then we'll go back in here, because I think that's where the big chain drags are, and then we'll grab one of those. Just dropped the little chain drag. Now my dad's gonna head on over there and find the big one. I think we are gonna connect the little chain drag behind the big one. That's why he parked it right here. But I guess I'll walk over there and help him. Can't see it with all the snow, but those two red barrels right here is where the big chain drag is. We have to mark everything that way when it snows like this, we can actually see it above all the snow. 1:30 and we got the big chain drag up by the shop. We have to shorten the cables, and I think we're going to take this middle cable out since we don't need it. The cables are way too long to be playing around in the bush with. We won't be able to turn or do anything, so we're just going to cut them and then shorten them so we can have some fun this afternoon. Almost 2 o'clock, we got the cables cut. Now we just have to take out this middle cable and then shrink it. As you can see here, my dad already cut them on either side, so now we're just going to fold it over the old hitch there, and then we can go have some fun. Got the hitch shortened and put back together. As you can see here, it looks pretty good. Can't even tell that we shortened it a couple feet, but now we have to get the little chain drag attached in the back here. So I think we're going to run a chain through the back and then go all the way up through the front here, and then just chain it to the front of the big drag, because if we try to chain it back here, how are we going to get that chain out when the time comes or if something happens? There'll be a lot of snow in there in the middle of the bush and we won't have the mini to clear it out. So I'm going to get rid of some of the snow here, that way we can run a chain. Got the little chain drag hooked up to the big one here. We have it nice and flexible, so if anything goes wrong, we can unhook it at a moment's notice. Like I said in the last video, if we were to put it back here, there would be no way for us to get it off. Now my dad's going to start the famous black cat, back it up, hook up to the big drag, and then he's going to dress up, and then we can go out and have some fun. Now he is going down the south trail, just cutting in over by the wood pile. I'm going to go to the other end with the skidoo and catch him coming out. Then I'll go to the rabbit tower and catch him going into the bush. We're going to do a couple passes, so there'll be a mixture of videos from different angles. The little drag hooked up behind the big drag is doing a pretty good job. It's getting rid of all the ridges here, and that's what we want. I'm sure my dad will have to do a couple more passes just to get it smoothed out. Over by the ramp now and the back gate. I'm just waiting for my dad to come this way with the famous black cat and the two drags so I can get a little video. The wood pile is just off to my right on the other side of the trees there, so I'll be going over there next just to get a little video of him going in the south trail. Up on top of the wood pile, and he just went back in for a second pass down the south trail here. As you can see, is getting pretty smooth out, and all the ruts and ridges are all gone now. A few more passes and it'll be nice and smooth. Up on top of the rabbit tower, this will be my dad's second pass by, so I figured I'd stand up here and get a little video for you guys. He was nice enough to plow out my little trail right here so I could actually get up to the rabbit tower. Now we are back up in the kingdom, and my dad has the famous black cat hooked up to the two sleighs here. He just went to go get Curse of Reverse started to bring around the AC/DC sleigh. That way we can park it right here, hook a chain up to the two sleighs, pull them ahead, and then back up the two sleighs into the AC/DC. That way we can hook it up, and all three sleighs will be together so we can have some fun one of these days. Now we are going to attempt to back the sleighs up. My dad thinks he might have it lined up enough it should just slide in. If it doesn't, we have the chain, we'll just pull it straight. I think he might have actually got it. 3:30 and we're officially done with the cats and the sleighs. Now I can hook up to the little pallet drag and go around the north trail here. I don't actually have to drag too much today because it's all opened up and we dragged most of it with the chain drags today. First pass on the north trail and the snow is kind of deep. I'll most likely have to do 2 or 3 passes to get it smoothed out and opened up. I actually haven't been down here for a while, so you can see back there that the snow is pretty deep. I'll pan over here and show you guys my dad's little trail. Now I'm going to do a few more passes just to smooth it out. Just doing my second pass, and you can already see a big difference in the trail here. Off to the left takes you to the muskeg, and the right takes you around to the rabbit tower and back to the kingdom. So let's go do one more pass, then I can drop the drag and see what my dad's up to. Almost 4 o'clock, and I'm officially done in the kingdom. Now it's time to head on back into WHO-ville and do the weather. 4 o'clock and I made it home from the kingdom. Now it's time to put the skidoo away, let the dogs out, get a fire, and then I'll do the weather after 5 p.m. 5:30, and this is the temperature we're sitting at today. It's negative 16 degrees Celsius, which is 3 degrees Fahrenheit. We even have the feels like on the bottom. It's been pretty nice today, other than a little bit of wind out there. Now it's time to head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, I'm going to have a late coffee, but I'm very pleased. The big drag hasn't been used since 2017, and it's probably been 10 or 15 years since we did the double chain drag combination. But the main thing is, each year the snow texture is different, okay? So we want to cut it down, and that's what we're doing. All right, so this is working out good. But just like in that film, Jaws, yes, we need a bigger boat. Well, we need a bigger cat to pull it. But that was pretty good. We got what we wanted done. And then over here, oh, look at the front gate. I better run down there and plow that 200 feet to the road and see if the gate padlock is thawed, or it's probably iced up. And for the first time, the AC/DC sleigh is hooked to a cat train. Yes, doesn't that look good? The little caboose on the back, as you would say. And the Rust-Oleum looks good in its natural state of being out of water. Okay, the YouTube subscriber and Kingdom followers are asking about the Lynns. Well, we're not quite ready. We got to get our things doing. We're hoping to get the TD18s out of the snowbank and the new thermostats installed from Sir Rodney. But we have this next project we have to get done. And then when it's done, we can tell you more, because we're not sure if we're actually going to go ahead with the big project. Yes, leave the kingdom and do something out on the lake. Yes, the lake will be frozen. But this looks pretty impressive. All these cats run. So 10 years ago, only 3 in this picture were running 10 years ago. So that makes me feel pretty good, because look at them all just lined up and ready to go for the day when we get some work. Yes, for the day. Oh, well, but we got to make sure we get paid. All right, let's go have a late coffee with some vodka in it, because we earned it, because we did lots today. Okay, 7 o'clock in the kingdom, and I'm done for the day. Yes, and I'm still sober enough to do this video. I was in the shop there welding. Yes, when you weld, you have to drink. Oh, I got the burps because I was eating peanuts too. Look at that. It must be chilly out here, because look at the wood stove smoke. Yes, and we'll quickly scroll this way. Yes, before I get dizzy and fall down, because when you weld, you have to drink to get that taste out of your mouth. All right, look at the flags. They're in their natural state of being limp. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some more beer, and make a video. Talk to you later.